Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. And in this video, what we have for you guys is a James Worthy versatile and defender kind of build for you guys, and it's pretty interesting. I'm going to talk to you guys about it. I'm going to show you guys the build. I'm going to tell you guys about the cap breakers that I personally think that I would enjoy using on this. You guys can use honestly any cap breakers that you want, depending on your play style. But obviously, I'm going to go through and talk about my cap breakers and where I would indeed place them. So let's go ahead. Let's get into it. Obviously, it's a 6'9", small forward, 225 pounds with a 7-foot wingspan. And this is the stats that we have. So pretty well-rounded when it comes to the finishing. Pretty much all around, really. But the finishing is really, really good. We have an 84 close shot, an 85 driving layup, an 87 driving dunk. We have a 72 standing dunk, and an 87 post control. And we have for our shooting an 80 mid-range, a 73 pointer, and a 75 free throw. For our playmaking, we have a 75 pass accuracy, a 70 ball handling, and a 70 speed with ball. And then our defense, we have an 82 interior, 85 perimeter. We have a 60 steal, and we have a 55 block, with our rebounding being a 69. Nice on offensive rebound, and defensive rebound is an 80. We have an 80 speed, 79 agility, 79 strength, and an 80 vertical. And those are our physicals, ending it up on. So there's a lot of cool things that we can do with this build. Pretty much like we can finish at the rim pretty easily, no matter how we do it, whether it's, posting up, using the post control, whether we're driving and doing layups or getting the dunks off, or if we're doing some standing dunks, we can do it all pretty much, in the paint. And then when it comes to like really shooting, we're not going to be much of a shooter, but we can, we can shoot some mid ranges, and we can, space out and pop out to the 3 and shoot one every once in a while. We're going to be able to shoot a little bit consistently with a 70, more consistently than what people would think that we would be able to. As long as you have a good jump shot, you should be absolutely fine. But most of this build has to come down to like scoring on the inside, which is fine. And another thing that you guys can utilize is the fact that we have a really, really good post fade. So that's something that you guys can utilize this build with, is the post fade for most of your jump shots. But our playmaking end here, though, it's like we're not going to really do too much. We can dribble the ball a little bit, but it's not going to be anything too crazy. Mostly because it's our post control that's really given us the ability to have that silver unpluckable. But we do have silver strong handle, so we can indeed get to the rim at least a little bit. So you have that at your disposal. And then we have lightning launch only on bronze. We only have a 70 speed ball. It's nothing too crazy, just because with the 220 weight or the 225 weight and being 6'9", it only really allows us to have like a 71 speed with ball, which is kind of dumb. But, we kind of live with the 70. We live or die by that, so might as well. We're pretty good and well-rounded when it comes to the interior and perimeter defensive end. We're just not going to be too crazy on the steals or the blocks. We do have a high enough steal rating just to get interceptor at least. So we're going to be able to at least get into those lanes a little bit and, get some tips and maybe get some steals on those deep down court passes on the breaks and snag those off. Not really going to get blocks too much or anything like that, so really no point in talking about it. And then our rebounding, we're going to be able to snag some boards. Yeah, we're going to be able to snag some boards a little bit. And one cool thing about this build is that if you really wanted to play that role of like a really great rebounder and be like really, really strong, you can easily use 5 cap breakers on box out beast and use 4 cap breakers on strength, just so then you can get to that 83 strength to get box out beast on gold with the 85 defensive rebound. So you can do that. Because another thing that you also have to take into consideration is what else you get with this, because the 83 strength does also give you brick wall and silver, which is pretty good. The 82 strength does give you a movable enforcer. You could, if you used all 5, you could get your strength to an 84 to get post lockdown on gold, but you're not going to be able to get post lockdown on gold unless you get to an 83 interior defense and then use all 5 cap breakers on it. But I don't really think it's that important. And then here, obviously, we would need an 81 strength to start with, and then use all 5 cap breakers in order to get gold post powerhouse, which I don't really think is 100% necessary to utilize as much. but it's there. But I definitely do believe that having the 79 is good because that's what gives you post powerhouse on silver to begin with anyway. And then we can just utilize the fact that we're at a 79 and not have to use all 5 because you really don't get anything at like an 84 strength really that is actually going to be of use. But you do get obviously something at an 82. You definitely get something, 2 badges at an 83. And the only thing that you would get at like an 84, you cannot even really get. So you can really just use 4 of your 5 cap breakers from starter 3 or one of your rep levels. You can just get use 4 of those, and then you can have 1 left over. And if you've gotten level 40 the last 2 seasons, that means that you are able to get, uh, 3 left over instead of just having 2 left over, which is pretty good. So you can use this, and then you can use, some of them on here. Obviously, it's going to be that situation of like you'll need to have 5 over here, and then you would only have 2. So then you can put 2 on strength, and then wait until next season where you can get to, another one, and then you'll have like the 3 left over. So where you can get an 82 strength. So that'd be kind of cool. But it's really going to be that situation of like, what do you want to utilize most? Obviously, if I'm going to be using 4 cap breakers on brick wall, or using 4 cap breakers on strength, it's going to be 4. Utilizing brick wall on silver, it's going to be so I can also get immovable enforcer on silver as well. So it could also be the situation of like I could use 3 here, and that literally gives me some available to use elsewhere. Obviously, if I don't really care too much about getting the box out beast, it's just really depending on how you feel if you want box out beast or not. So if you really want box out beast on gold, then you can do this this way. But me personally, I don't really feel like box out beast is going to be that important or that 100% necessary, considering that you are a 3. You're like a 3-4 kind of with this build, because James Worthy kind of does play the 4 as well. So he is kind of like just a straight up forward, than, like a 2 guard, small forward or anything like that. So he's just a straight up forward at this point, being able to play the 3 and 4 with this build because of how good he is at rebounding, how good he is at, playing the interior. I definitely do like the idea of this build, but like I said, if you want box out beast, you would have to have, 2 sets of the +5, or you would have to at least have like the next cap breaker for like the next 2 seasons, I believe, because then at that point you would have a total of 9 cap breakers used, which you need 4 here, and then all 5 on the defensive rebound. So you would have to have 9 cap breakers total. So if you were able to get to veteran 2, I believe is what it is, veteran 2, and then legend 1, in order to get those cap breakers. So if you're able to get the veteran 2 and you wanted to use this, use like a defensive build that's really, really well rounded, you're able to still shoot with, you're able to score mid range, you're able to drive, you're able to do a little bit when it comes to shooting, but mostly be able to defend really well and be able to score on the inside pretty well. You're able to post up and all that. If you wanted this type of build and you have like all those cap breakers available, then do it. Then do exactly whatever you want. Use the 5 cap breakers here, use 4 cap breakers here, and then, use whatever leftover cap breakers anywhere else. Me personally, I'd probably use some of my leftover cap breakers on mid-range just to be able to get that upgraded. Or if you really wanted to, you can just throw it on a 3-pointer just to be able to get more of a shot percentage increase on that. But I definitely do believe the next set of cap breakers you should be using is on your ball handling, and using at least 3 on your ball handling so you can get gold strong handle. When you're not going to be as, insane of a ball handler as, like all these other guards and shooting guards in meta builds, having at least strong handle is definitely going to be the icing on the cake. And what's really, really good about the concept of this is the fact that I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, that you are able to get an increase in your strong handle badge just by increasing the strength to an 83, I believe. I believe it's an 83 or an 82 or something like that. Regardless, where you're able to get a really, really good upgrade for your strong handle if you are upgrading strength as well as your ball handling. You're not going to be able to get it on Hall of Fame, but it would be kind of cool if you're able to. But you do have the ability to have it upgraded to gold if you have the cap breakers on it, which is pretty good. You can use cap breakers on pass style or pass accuracy as well to get, probably like a better pass style, or, just for the sake of getting that versatile visionary is going to be really, really good. You can go to, post control. You can really use post control and try to like upgrade some of this stuff here. Really is nothing too crazy here that you can upgrade when it comes to post control that will actually give you a benefit other than just, being able to post spin a little bit more, do like post moves a little bit more. But you have post up post on gold. You're not going to be able to get a Hall of Fame. You're not going to be able to get the upgrade for unpluckable, unfortunately. Hook specialist, you don't really need the post control for it. Obviously, as you can see, you need the close shot for it. And post fade, you need a 90 mid range. So you're not going to be able to get the post fade phenom on Hall of Fame, but if you're able to, that would be really, really cool. If you're able to mess around with the build a little bit, maybe like lower the 3-pointer down to like a 65, because you could still shoot. Obviously, you could still shoot with a 65 3-point rating. So if you really wanted to bust out the hot zones in Mycareer playing rookie difficulty, because obviously when you're playing rookie difficulty on Mycareer and you have like a decent shot, you can still green on rookie difficulty. Then you can farm out all those hot zones and everything, so you can still have those hot zones for when you play online. And use like your takeover and everything, and getting all that boost and everything just to be able to get to like if you have jump shot boost, that gives you like an extra +10 or some shit like that, if I recall properly. If it was like I forget if it was a 5 or a 10. I think it's 5. Or something like that, but you do at least get a boost for having the jump shot boost, which means that you should be able to shoot a little bit more consistently as well on top of that. So there's just like a lot of ways that you can play with this build, man, and it's just very, very cool. But you can definitely do multiple different ways around building this. This is just the way that I built it in particular, because I was going based on what James Worthy's attributes were. And it leaves a lot of potential for the cap breakers. Yeah, so James Worthy, we got Bilal. How I never know how to say his name. Like I don't see him enough in the builder when making small forwards to really have to know how to say his name. But we got him, and then we also got Jimmy Butler added, versatile defender. Pretty cool stuff there. You don't really get too much here, because obviously when it comes down to having a jump shot and everything like that, I don't like James Worthy doesn't really have a jump shot in the game. So if he doesn't have a jump shot in the game, you could easily just recreate his jump shot from the Mycareer card or the My Team card. And then you can just really recreate that jump shot on here if you are able to, at least, which will be pretty cool. But as you can see, we're just going to scroll down just to show you guys that like there's David West, there's Jerry West. I mean, like you have like some crazy people here. Hassan Whiteside still has a jump shot in the game for some reason. And then you have Dominique Wilkins that has his jump shot in the game, which is pretty cool that he's got his jump shot in the game. Yeah, a lot of players here, but as you can see, there is no James Worthy. There's only Christian Wood here, man. There's only Christian Wood. But as you can see, though, there is like a lot of interesting players that have jump shots, man. It's pretty interesting, and a lot of them are pretty awkward jump shots. I mean, Jerry West actually has like a better jump shot this year than last year, at least. At least they did a little update on that. Chris Webber has his jump shot in the game because he had his jump shot in the game before, but then they actually added in his template in the game, which was pretty cool. But yeah, that's going to be it for this, though. He doesn't really have like a lot of animations in the game. Yeah, it's just kind of weird that he doesn't really have a lot of animations in the game. So hopefully he gets like some more animations added into the game, because as you can see, he doesn't have a motion style as well. So hopefully he gets some animations in the game soon. Maybe because he gets a template in the future in one of the future seasons, who knows? But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. That's going to be it for me, and I will see you all in the next one. Later, everybody.